guys.
Hi, guys.
It's Mark.
It's Michelle.
And a brown cloud. Anyway, we are back with another episode of This is Mark and Michelle at 10:46 p.m. Central Standard Time. And
can you tell we don't know what to talk about?
I know, right?
That's not true.
No, we actually do.
Yeah. Oh, here's the cloud. Okay, so I have this friend.
We need goggles and snorkels.
I have a friend who texted me today and said I had a TIA on Saturday. And I went, oh, that's not good. I don't even know if she's my age. I don't know that she's up to that point yet. That point being, anyway.
Your age? Okay.
And so I started telling her things to do because, so a stroke means...
A TIA is a transient ischemic or ischemic attack.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to say what it caused it and stuff?
No, because I didn't read that.
Oh, you didn't read?
No. I figured you did.
No, I was doing medical medium.
Oh,
You're
okay.
the science guy. We need to get Mark a hat that says the science guy.
Bill Nye. Here. Just call me Bill.
No.
Here, let's look up
TIA.
There we go. A transient ischemic attack, or TIA, is a stroke that lasts only a few minutes. It happens when the blood supply to part of the brain is briefly blocked. Symptoms of a TIA are like other stroke symptoms, but do not last as long. They happen suddenly and include numbness or weakness, especially on one side of the body.
And she said that she lost a little bit of... I'd have to look at my phone again. Hi, Krista.
Krista! And she talked about specific symptoms related to a stroke. I think the ability to control part of her face.
Yeah, maybe that
which is a symptom of a stroke, and a TIA can lead to other strokes. So,
right.
Or more serious ones.
And so so this is caused by thick blood, which is caused by too much fat in the body, not allowing oxygen to flow, making your blood thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, and what was interesting...
This is all what medical medium says.
Right. But I happen to be looking at the article about transient ischemic attacks, and it's interesting. Here's how they treat them: with blood thinners and statins.
So that's thick blood.
Thick blood, yep.
So medical medium says some are born with it. Some are born with thick blood.
Okay. Well, I can see that because the liver's so backed up.
Because of viral issues and
old drugs, fat, heavy metals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And others develop it as they age. And it is affected by food choice. High-fat diets.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just didn't know how bad the diet was.
Dehydration.
It's so dehydrating.
Mm-hmm.
Thick for long enough. If your blood is thick long enough.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
About dehydration, we've been on this diet for 20 months, almost 21. What's interesting is if you drink all the fruit that he requires in smoothies, you don't need water. And you have to pee as often as you do if you were drinking water. So anyway.
And if you have water, you have it with lemon or lime. I drink lime water all day. So if your blood is thick long enough, you can start having symptoms like a TIA, heart attack, liver, kidney problems, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. The risk of cancer is considerably greater because there is less oxygen in the blood. The body is less capable of detoxing. So when you have someone have a heart attack or a stroke who you thought were the fittest people you ever saw, it's because they have the thickest blood. That's what he said. Even someone in great shape can have thick blood and die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't say die.
Yeah, but
I did that because I'm a drama queen.
There you go.
He said, though, it is difficult to detox with thick blood. That sounded like, I don't know if you guys heard that.
The cats knocked over their food in the
Yeah,
other room. We
That's
heard
gonna
it.
be
So
fun to clean.
yeah.
Okay, so
maybe they'll clean it up before we get
maybe
to it.
they'll eat it all.
Maybe. Anyway.
He said detox protocols are harder when you have thick blood. So what I told my friend to do is she's going to have to deal with the detox and do 16 ounces of celery juice.
Mm-hmm. And
At
she
least
said the
once a
celery
day.
juice was already helping her.
Yes, she's been doing it. She didn't tell me till today.
Well, for a week?
Well, she said it was Saturday when it happened.
Okay.
And so I said eat fruit, only fruit or raw veggies for at least 5 days or for a week, just to give her a goal point. And then cucumber juice. And I hope this helps her. But he said it's slow to detox when you have the blood that's so thick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so other things he said, bugs thrive in thick blood. And I know she has a lot of viral issues.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably has strep. She's also an Aspie.
Mm-hmm. She is on the spectrum,
so
as is her
metals.
husband and her son.
I'm not sure if her husband is.
Okay. I may be wrong.
Cooked. Hey, Taj, I'm talking about you guys.
Yes, we were. Still are.
Cooked food forces the body to pull liquid from different organs and cells to help break them down. So raw is so much better if you are already experiencing thick blood. So cooked food has to get water from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Soups and teas do not provide hydration. That does not mean they're not good for you, but you can't count them towards your hydration.
Now, does he mean teas like black teas and green teas?
No, he's talking even herbal teas. So no black teas anyway. Nothing with caffeine is okay.
Yeah, no yerba mate.
Yeah. No
yerba mate has more caffeine than coffee or tea.
And I just wanted to throw this in here because we have so many GAPS people.
Mm-hmm.
Bone broth is extremely dehydrating. He says if you insist on having bone broth, to have multiple glasses of juice, freshly juiced cucumbers, celery.
So in other words,
juice.
detox while you're having the dehydrating bone broth.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
So that's all I had time to write down for now.
Uh-huh. That's all right. But non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. In fact, let me check that real quick, because that would be
coconut water. Yeah.
Oh yeah, coconut water be a dehydrating.
I did tell her coconut water.
Uh-huh.
And I would say eat so many oranges, lots of oranges. But cucumber juice, he says, is incredibly hydrating.
Mm-hmm.
Cucumber, lemon water to your water, coconut water, and fresh raw veggies, and all the fruit possible. Go ahead, Mark. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
Yep, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Now, I don't really expect it to talk about thick blood in here. Enlarged spleen, red palms, interesting, yellowing of the skin and eyes, abdominal swelling, enlarged blood vessels just beneath the skin surface. See, that is a liver that is inflamed and working very hard. Interesting. Well, there you go. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is linked to the following: overweight or obesity, insulin resistance, high blood sugar, and get this, high levels of fats in the blood. All right, there you go.
But you can fix it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You can fix it.
You can, because I used to be that way. And
Mark had really high cholesterol.
I did, and it was like 240s, 250s all the time. Yeah, that's fine. We can go back. And 240s and 250s all the time. And
he was on statins.
I was. And the GAPS diet healed my gut up enough so that it took care of my cholesterol. and it did not take care of the thick blood though.
No.
Because I remember when I was still on GAPS getting blood drawn a couple of times, and it was dark red, kind of a wine colored red. And I thought, that means this blood is not oxygenated. Now I knew that from biology, all the biology and stuff, and the physiology classes and that kind of thing. And it was a dark wine, purplish red color. And so I thought, okay, well, let me start drinking more water. So I started drinking water, and my blood lightened up to a bright red. So I thought, that's well oxygenated blood, you know. And so there you have it. Cutting fat out of your diet is a big deal.
Hi,
Hey, Cherie. And so cutting out as much fat as possible, it's tough. It's real hard because did I have some fat today?
And you know what? I did too. Oh.
Well, she didn't have meat. She had fat.
I had fat.
We had some potato chips.
Potato chips.
Yeah. And because today was one of those days when I said I would rather feel good than eat right.
You know, guys, sometimes we have bad days, and today was one.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi, Cherie. We're glad you're here.
We are glad you're here. And so today was a day I purposefully cheated because it was a rough day. And a friend of mine at work, she told me yesterday, yeah, I cheated yesterday and had a couple days ago and had a little tiny bit of ice cream. And she goes, sometimes you just have to feel good, And I get it because dieting is hard. You're changing truthfully, the nearest and dearest thing to you is the food you eat. We know people who would rather kill themselves with food than live.
And we are impressed with people who are willing to give up their food to save their lives.
Absolutely, because we had to do it. And we're still doing it in some ways.
Yeah.
And so we know how hard it is to change diet.
How hard.
My sister was over here today. I don't often see her, but we were talking about health overall and eating healthy and that type of stuff. She says, man, food is the hardest thing to change. Diet is the hard. And Michelle and I are sitting there going, Our chins were hitting the floor and our heads were hitting the ceiling. That's how strongly we were nodding our heads in agreement because it is, and we get it. But just a little bit at a time. And when I was autistic, I just had huge trouble in forming habits. And it was easier to form bad habits than good habits. Now, that's normal for everybody, but it was very difficult for me to form habits of any kind. And so I still have that trouble being almost entirely recovered, or for the most part, for all intents and purposes, recovered. And it's difficult to form habits. And, good food habits are still habits. And
I love that our friend who adopted a child from birth is feeding this child medical medium food.
Yes. And she is a little over 1, and she's doing the heavy metal detox smoothie.
She was doing it before she was 1.
Was she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's for all you folks who are worried about kids having it.
So she's already forming different food habits than what we grew up with. She's going to grow up with this healthy diet and think that that's the bomb.
That's a different perspective that I hadn't thought about. Maybe that's all it is. I just need to choose a different food instead of better food. Better and worse is a value judgment. And if you choose the worst food, it makes you feel bad. Well, why should you feel bad? So maybe I'll just choose different instead of better or worse. You know what I mean?
Okay, that works.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
So give an example of what
Well, okay. Instead of that little tiny piece of brisket, I get a piece about 2 inches long and about 1 inch wide. So, it's like that. Instead of that, I'll go, you know what? I'm going to choose something different. So instead, I'll have a 2-inch piece of date roll with coconut or a whole banana.
Okay.
because when I put value judgments on it, if I don't choose the right one, then I feel bad. If I choose the right one, or if I choose the bad one, I feel bad. If I choose the good one, I feel good. Well, why put emotions to it? Just different.
That's a good point.
Because she's, as she said, our friend is teaching her daughter different food habits.
Different food habits. From
and
birth.
So she'll think, so as she grows up, hey, Ronya, how are you?
Is it Ronya or Ronha?
I think it's
Ronha?
Ronya. Mm-hmm. And thanks for being here. But teaching different food habits from near birth, 9 months?
Well, what she had to do, because they had to prove that they were going to be good parents, so they had to do formula before they officially got her. I think it was 6 months in. And then as soon as that happened, because the little girl was having all kinds of, the colic.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And she was having like ear infections and stuff like that, which is strep, as we know from medical medium. I am so easily distracted today. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
Where was I?
Okay.
I was talking about that she had to do formula until about 6 months old, and then I suggested doing what medical medium says, and that's avocado and banana instead of formula. And she has perked up so much. She's not having ear infections. She's not having colic.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really healthy with bright, shiny eyes. She's just so beautiful.
She is the most attractive baby I've ever seen.
Yeah. And it's so cool that her mom is teaching her the food habits that she is.
From the get-go.
From the beginning.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and really doing a great job. And you can just see how healthy she is,
Yeah.
And she's like 1 year and a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So, but let's see. What else do we want to go over?
Oh, I wanted to say also with the thick blood, if you have dark circles under your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
he says that this is thick blood because this is the thinnest part of our skin and you can see through to the blood. So you can't get rid of dark circles with anything outside. It has to be inside, and it has to be hydration and less fat.
Well, and this too, I'll make this short and sweet and to the point, because why not? That's me.
You already didn't make it that way.
Yeah, I know, right? So don't keep drawing it out. But poor health is systemic. In other words, your whole body is in poor health. It's not just one area of it, which is why you can't treat one area of it and expect it to get better. So the best way to treat, and believe me, there's no pharmaceutical drug that treats poor health overall. There isn't, okay? So what you do, you pick up the banana. That's your farm-a-ceutical.
Ha!
Yeah, right. Need a little monkey. And but in a
I'm
fez,
your little monkey.
In a fez. And but pick up your pharmaceutical, right?
F-A-R-M.
F-A-R-M, and eat that instead. So maybe that's what we ought to call this, farm-a-ceuticals.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, so
I think oranges are the most amazing thing on the planet. If you have strep,
yep.
if you have viruses, if you have dehydration. I haven't said this in a while, have I?
No.
One of the strep outbreaks I had when we first started
See,
this,
you knew what I was getting ready to say.
I had gotten strep like 7 times in a row. Just, I'd have like a week off, and then
Yep.
then it happened again because we were detoxing so fast.
Yep.
And it was making the strep really mad. So it was like coming back really hard. And so this time I was like, you know what? I am real tired of this. I ate 3.5 pounds of oranges in one day. And I was well the next day. I highly recommend oranges.
No joke, and I saw it. So again, pick up your pharmaceuticals.
So if you have thick blood, I highly recommend it. I mean, you can mono eat. He suggests mono eating. So like you could eat oranges all day long and be fine. In fact, feel really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she did. I remember, I said, oh man, I ate all these oranges. Now I feel great. She was telling me this hours before I got home from work. So, and it worked. I remember that. So, all right. Shall we conclude?
Oh, I guess that's it then.
All right. Well, remember, don't be happy on that tree.
I'm turned it in.
Continue on with that celery juice, right? 20 minutes, and then you can drink something else. Continue on with that heavy metal detox smoothie, and keep doing that lemon water.
All day long.
Yep, absolutely. And just keep eating right. And remember, our new book is out on www.healyourautism/buy the book.
It's www.healyourautism.com / buy the book.
Right. And so actually it would be a /.
Oh, is that a forward?
That's a forward. Back means the top is back.
Okay.
But anyway, so / buy the book.
It's on our page.
Right. And our guide to detoxing, Heal Your Autism's do-it-yourself guide. Healing begins in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Farm-a-ceuticals.
Farm-a-ceuticals.
Farm-a-ceuticals. There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Bye.
Bye.